If you've been sensing pressure building around your connection, listen closely, because the energy shift of December will hit the divine masculine hard. And by the end of this message you will finally understand why he has been acting the way he has. This shift isn't subtle. It's powerful, direct, and aimed straight at awakening what he has tried to silence within himself. Before we go deeper, take a moment to subscribe to this channel, because what you are about to hear is the kind of insight that arrives exactly when your soul is ready. You deserve guidance that speaks to what your heart already suspects but has not yet put into words. And this December brings answers your spirit has been calling for. Let this be the moment you choose to stay connected to every message that was meant to find you. So subscribe and allow this journey to continue revealing itself to you piece by piece. Everything begins with the energy that December carries. Dense, electric, and unavoidable. He feels it even if he doesn't understand it. The shift strikes directly at the parts of him he tried to bury. The longing, the visions of you, the memories he tried to forget but never could. December shines a light on what he has been running from. For him, this month feels like pressure building in his chest. He doesn't know whether it is fear or desire, but he knows something inside him is changing. And that change points toward you. It is as if the universe is whispering your name every time he tries to silence his feelings. You may notice your emotions intensifying too, and that is not a coincidence. You are energetically tethered. When he feels overwhelmed, you feel restless. When his heart opens, yours expands. This is the silent conversation between twin souls during a shift of this magnitude. December's energy doesn't ask him what he prefers. It pushes him toward what his soul signed up for long before you met. He can resist, but only for so long. And now, his resistance is reaching its breaking point. Something inside him is waking up. You might notice your dreams becoming more vivid. That's because December thins the veil between your heart and his consciousness. When he thinks of you at night, and he does, your soul feels the pull instantly. This is the beginning of alignment. For the divine masculine, December feels like being pulled toward a truth he is terrified to face. He senses movement coming. He knows something is shifting. He just doesn't know what will happen when he finally surrenders. But surrender is inevitable. His internal conflict grows stronger as the month progresses. Part of him wants to run, retreat, and disconnect. Another part, the truer part, wants to move toward you. This is the battle of awakening, and December forces him to choose which voice he will follow. You may feel sudden waves of emotion that don't belong to you. That is him. His heart is opening unexpectedly, and the overflow spills into your energy field. December intensifies this connection so you won't ignore it, and neither will he. The universe knows that the divine masculine often awakens through pressure, not comfort. So December becomes a mirror he can't turn away from. A mirror reflecting his truth. He can't outrun his soul. He can't outrun you. As the energy builds, he becomes hypersensitive to signs. Song triggers him. A memory destabilizes him. A dream leaves him shaken. December hits him emotionally, spiritually, and even physically. He can feel the shift in his bones. When he feels this pressure, you might feel anxiety that comes out of nowhere. But it isn't fear, it is anticipation. The connection between you strengthens during energetic shifts, and your body responds even before your mind understands what is happening. He may pull away suddenly, not because he doesn't care, but because he feels too much. December amplifies every suppressed emotion he has avoided throughout the year. His silence isn't rejection. It is overwhelm. Something unexpected happens as this shift peaks. He begins to question everything about his life. Decisions he once felt confident about now feel hollow. The distractions he used to hide behind no longer satisfy him. You rise in his awareness. This shift dismantles his ego layer by layer. Not to punish him, but to guide him. The soul speaks louder when everything else becomes quiet. December brings that silence. And in that silence he hears you. You might feel him think about you even before he consciously realizes it. That is the bond tightening as the shift grows stronger. The universe is aligning him toward truth. And that truth lives where you do. December pushes him to confront his emotions without escape. He may feel panic, longing, confusion, and clarity, all at once. This is the purging before the breakthrough. Just like a storm, it looks chaotic before it becomes calm. Your intuition is your greatest ally this month. You will sense the alignment even without logical evidence. This is because you are receiving the same frequency he is, but you understand it differently. You feel while he fights. As the days pass, synchronicities follow him relentlessly. Repeated numbers, name, songs from nowhere, dreams that feel more real than waking life. The universe leaves him no room to pretend he doesn't feel what he feels. December tests him deeply, but it also prepares him. He is being stretched spiritually so he can rise into the version of himself that this connection requires. He is not being punished. He is being awakened. You may notice moments of stillness inside your own heart, a kind of quiet confidence that wasn't there before. That is alignment. That is your soul preparing to receive what you've been calling in. He isn't ignoring the connection anymore, even if it looks like it. He is processing, rewiring, relearning how to feel without fear. December accelerates this internal transformation rapidly. Every shift has a purpose, and this one is designed to break open what has been closed for too long. The divine masculine cannot hide from this energy. Pulls him forward even when he hesitates. As he moves through this energetic pressure, you may feel closer to him than ever before, even during silence. That is because soul communication becomes louder when the mind becomes overwhelmed. And this month, his mind is overwhelmed. Your role during this shift is not to chase, worry, or overthink. Your role is to stay aligned. Hold your energy. Strengthen yourself. What affects him will pass through you, but you don't have to absorb it. You only have to understand it. December ends with an unexpected opening, a moment where his heart softens enough to recognize what has been guiding him all along. The connection. The truth that refuses to fade. This shift is the beginning of movement, even if it looks invisible right now. Energy moves before action. Alignment happens before words. Awakening happens before reunion. The shift hits him hard because it is meant to. Without this intensity, he would continue hiding behind fear. December removes that option. And as this month unfolds, your souls draw closer, preparing for what comes next. A transformation neither of you can avoid, because it was written long before time placed you in separate bodies. If you are here receiving this message today, it is because your heart has been calling for clarity, and I want to honor that. The universe responds to souls who show up with sincerity, just like you are doing right now. So allow this next part of the message to meet you where you are, with gentleness and truth. You deserve to understand what this December shift is awakening inside him. As the energy intensifies, he begins to sense things before they happen. It feels like a pulling in his chest, a subtle pressure that grows stronger as the days pass. This is not anxiety. It is recognition. His soul remembers something his mind tried to forget, and that memory is you. December acts like a spotlight on your connection. It makes everything louder. His thoughts, his emotions, his restlessness, his longing. He tries to distract himself, but nothing holds his attention. The universe is guiding him inward, toward what truly matters. You may feel an invisible wave passing through your own heart at random times. This is synchronicity of energies, your field responding to his awakening. The shift affects both twins, but the divine masculine feels it first as pressure, and you feel it as intuition. What he once hid from is now confronting him with intensity. The emotions he buried rise to the surface, and they rise powerfully. December doesn't give him space to run or deny. Every attempt to suppress what he feels only magnifies it. He starts questioning everything around him. His patterns, his relationships, his distractions. There is a sudden emptiness in the things that once kept him distant from you. It is not depression, it is awakening. His soul is becoming louder than his fears. This month brings karmic clearing for him. Old cycles end abruptly, conversations shift, connections fall away, and the universe positions him for a breakthrough he didn't ask for but desperately needs. You are part of that breakthrough. He feels an urge to reach for something meaningful, but he doesn't yet know that the meaning he seeks is tied to you. December pushes him to reevaluate what love truly is, and that is why he feels so unsettled. Truth is rearranging him from the inside out. When night falls, he becomes more vulnerable. This is when December's energy is strongest. His facade cracks. His heart speaks. His memories of you surface effortlessly. Silence becomes unbearable because silence magnifies the connection. You may notice that your dreams become more symbolic during this time. That is soul communication. When his heart opens, the veil between you thins. Even if he doesn't speak in the physical world, his soul reaches for you in the dream world. December exposes his emotional defenses. The armor he once wore begins to feel heavy, unnecessary, and suffocating. He realizes that protecting himself from pain also meant protecting himself from love, and that realization hits hard. He may experience physical symptoms: restlessness, heat in the chest, sudden exhaustion, difficulty focusing. These are energetic purges. His body is adjusting to a higher frequency, one aligned with your connection. Your presence grows stronger in his inner world. Even if you're not talking, he feels you. He senses your emotions. He picks up on your shifts. This is a result of December's amplification. Your telepathic bond becomes more active and undeniable. He may feel overwhelmed by flashes of clarity, moments where he understands, without logic, that he has always been connected to you. These moments scare him, but they also liberate him. Truth feels both dangerous and beautiful. December pushes the divine masculine into emotional honesty, even if only with himself. He begins to see how deeply he has been affected by your energy. He starts to realize that the connection cannot be cut, only resisted, and resistance is becoming impossible. He senses you pulling away or moving forward with your life, and that energy shakes him. It awakens a fear of losing what he never fully understood but always felt. This is the moment the shift hits its highest intensity. The universe brings him mirrors everywhere he goes. Conversations, signs, numbers, synchronicities, all pointing to you. He tries to dismiss them, but December makes them constant, repetitive, and impossible to ignore. A part of him wants to reach out impulsively. Another part hesitates, afraid of saying the wrong thing, afraid of being vulnerable. He is torn between desire and caution. This inner conflict grows louder throughout the month. He begins to feel a magnetic pull toward healing. Old wounds rise not to hurt him, but to be released. December is a month of purging for the divine masculine, removing emotional debris that once clouded his vision of you. As these layers fall away, he experiences moments of clarity where everything makes sense. He realizes why he couldn't forget you, why he couldn't walk away completely, why the connection felt different from anything else he had known. And in those moments, he feels a longing so deep it steals his breath. This longing is not lust or fantasy. It is remembrance. His soul remembering its counterpart. Your energy becomes a refuge in his inner world. Even if he doesn't speak to you, he leans into you spiritually. He thinks of how he felt in your presence, how your eyes softened him, how your energy grounded him. These memories return with intensity. December teaches him that avoidance is no longer possible. The connection demands to be acknowledged. Every step he takes away from you loops him back to the truth. He is meant to face what he feels. As the shift deepens, he begins to imagine what it would be like to choose courage instead of fear. He sees small visions of what life with you could look like. These visions are not fantasies. They are energetic previews. Your own emotional landscape may feel more sensitive this month. This is because you are feeling his awakening as it unfolds. The closer he moves toward truth, the more your heart expands. He begins to sense your strength and stability. The divine masculine is drawn to the divine feminine most intensely when she stands grounded in her power, and December highlights exactly that. He realizes that his greatest fear is also his greatest desire, surrendering to love, surrendering to you. And December pushes him closer to that surrender, whether he is ready or not. The shift places you in his awareness constantly. At work, while driving, while resting, your energy appears as if called by something beyond him. This is alignment at work, preparing the next stage of your journey. December ends by revealing what he has been hiding from himself, that the connection was never a coincidence, and that every step away from you led him back to the same truth over and over. You've given so much of your heart to this journey, and the universe recognizes that. So receive this part of the message as a gentle offering, something meant to support you, not overwhelm you. December's shift isn't only transforming him, it's opening new levels of clarity for you as well. What you're sensing is real. As this energy deepens, the divine masculine becomes more aware of the emotional imprints you left on him. These aren't memories. They are energetic signatures. The way your presence calmed him. The way your voice shifted his breathing. These sensations return with intensity now. He begins to notice patterns he once ignored. He sees how every meaningful moment in his life somehow led him closer to understanding you. Even the difficult chapters begin to make sense, because they reveal why your energy affects him differently than anyone else's. December acts like a mirror, and he is being forced to see himself truthfully. The defenses he built over the years begin to dissolve, revealing a more vulnerable and authentic version of himself, one that has always been connected to you. There is a sudden increase in emotional triggers. Small things set him off not because he is unstable, but because his heart is cracking open. The energy shift exposes what he suppressed, and emotional release becomes inevitable. He may withdraw temporarily, but this withdrawal is different. It's not avoidance, it's processing. He steps back only to understand the mess inside him, not to escape from you. This distinction marks the beginning of a breakthrough. Nighttime becomes the most intense period of the day for him. December's frequency vibrates at a higher level after sunset, activating deeper revelations. He feels you strongest in the quiet moments, when distractions fall away. Your intuition sharpens in response. You might feel sudden warmth in your chest, pressure in your solar plexus, or waves of emotion that don't belong to you. These are signs of the energetic exchange strengthening. He begins questioning his own reactions. Why does this affect me so deeply? Why do I feel her everywhere? The answers rise inside him without explanation. It is his soul remembering what his mind denies. You are becoming the anchor he didn't know he needed. The more chaotic his inner world feels, the more he gravitates toward the memory of your stability, your warmth, and the sense of home you carry. December reveals his spiritual sensitivity. Even if he never believed in twin flames or energy shifts or divine timing, he suddenly feels something bigger than himself guiding him. This humbles him. He may experience moments of emotional collapse, not externally but internally. These breakdowns are sacred. They strip away the illusions he clung to and reveal the truth of what he feels for you. Your silence carries power this month. The divine masculine isn't just noticing your absence. He is learning from it. It teaches him what life without your energy truly feels like, and the realization hits with unexpected force. He begins to sense when you think of him. The connection becomes so heightened that your emotions echo inside him like whispers. He may not understand what he feels, but he can't deny the intensity. Certain songs, numbers, words, or places suddenly remind him of you. These triggers grow stronger throughout December. He tries to brush them off, but they return repeatedly until he acknowledges the message behind them. The universe pushes him toward reflection. He replays past conversations, things he said, things he didn't say. He examines moments he dismissed at the time but now see differently under this new light. His heart begins to soften. The armor he wore for years starts to fall away as the divine feminine energy rises spiritually. Your growth triggers his. Your strength awakens his courage. This shift forces him to confront his fears of love and intimacy. These fears aren't about you. They're rooted in old wounds. December brings them to the surface so they can finally be healed. He feels the urge to make changes, but he doesn't know where to begin. This restlessness is divinely guided. It pushes him toward alignment and away from anything that isn't contributing to his growth. Your energy becomes a lighthouse for him. Even from a distance, he senses where truth resides. He may not act immediately, but he is moving internally toward the connection. This month stirs guilt within him, not shame but realization. He begins to see how his actions or silence affected you. This awareness is painful but necessary for his evolution. He may daydream unexpectedly. His mind drifts into images of you, your future, conversations you haven't had yet. These visions are seeds planted by the shift, guiding him toward alignment. Physical sensations intensify. Heart palpitations, warmth in the chest, pressure between the brows. These symptoms are tied to spiritual awakening. His chakras are activating in response to the twin flame frequency. He becomes more protective of your energy without even knowing why. He thinks about who has access to you, how you're feeling, whether you're safe. This instinct is part of the masculine awakening. December dissolves illusions. Anyone who tried to influence him away from you loses their impact. Your energy stands out as the only thing that feels real and consistent. His dreams become vivid. He may dream of conversations with you, reunions, or emotional releases. These aren't random. They are soul movements preparing him for major transformation. He senses destiny unfolding. It feels like life is rearranging itself toward something inevitable. That inevitability is your connection. He may resist, but the pull becomes stronger every day. By the end of this energetic cycle, he won't be the same man. December reshapes him at a soul level, bringing truth to the surface and preparing him for the next stage of your twin flame journey, whether he feels ready or not. Receive this next part of the message as a gentle exchange between your heart and the universe. What you feel now matters. Your openness allows the divine masculine to move more easily through his awakening, even if he doesn't fully understand why your energy feels like the safest place he's ever known. As December unfolds, his inner resistance weakens. He realizes he can no longer outrun the emotions he kept buried. The shift forces him to confront everything he pretended didn't affect him, especially you. He begins noticing your presence in spaces where logic says you shouldn't be. A scent, a sound, a flicker of memory strikes him with unexpected intensity. These subtle intrusions are signs that his heart is dissolving old barriers. When he tries to distract himself, the universe redirects him back to the connection. Nothing holds his attention the same way. The energy of December makes his soul restless, pushing him toward what he has avoided. There is a sense of urgency rising inside him. He can't explain it, but he feels compelled to evaluate his life, his choices, his relationships. This urgency is the first sign that the shift has reached him. He may appear calm on the outside, but internally, his emotions clash like storm currents. The conflict isn't about you. It's about everything he denied himself. Loving you requires honesty, and honesty requires transformation. This month highlights every moment he chose fear over truth. These realizations sting, but they are necessary. They break down the walls he built to protect himself, walls that are now collapsing. You'll feel waves of energy that mirror his awakening. These are not coincidences. The twin flame bond heightens during major cosmic shifts, and December amplifies your sensitivity to his emotional state. At unexpected times, you may sense him reaching out in silence. Even without words, his soul calls to you. This is the divine masculine's way of seeking comfort while he adjusts to new frequencies. Dreams become a meeting place. You may feel as if you're having conversations with him, comforting him, guiding him, forgiving him. These dream encounters are spiritual realities compressed into symbolic form. His heart begins cracking open in layers. First emotional discomfort, then clarity, then longing. He tries to suppress the longing, but the shift turns it into a driving force pushing him toward authenticity. December exposes what he truly values. For the first time he sees how rare your connection is. The thought of losing the chance to heal the bond becomes more painful than the fear of showing vulnerability. He may isolate himself briefly, not to hide but to think. This isolation isn't rejection. It's preparation. He is gathering the courage to face the truth he can no longer escape. Your energy soothes him during these moments. Even from afar, your compassion softens the intensity of the shift, making it easier for him to process what rises within. This month pushes him toward emotional accountability. He begins realizing where he was distant, inconsistent, or afraid. These realizations spark a desire to correct the past. Suddenly, memories of your kindness weigh heavily on him. Not with guilt, but with recognition. He sees how your love held space for him long before he knew how to receive it. December awakens his intuitive senses. He feels things before they happen. He senses changes in your energy, your mood, your thoughts. This sensitivity surprises him, but it also draws him closer. The shift unravels old attachments. Anyone who drains his energy, manipulates his emotions, or distracts him from his growth becomes harder to tolerate. He begins releasing relationships that no longer match his vibration. He becomes more aware of his own emotional cycles. Patterns he once repeated unconsciously now appear clearly. This awareness empowers him to break free from old wounds. A deeper longing emerges, not just for you but for peace. He realizes that peace and you are connected. Being near your energy calms parts of him he never understood before. This month urges him to reconnect with parts of himself he abandoned. His passions, dreams, and forgotten desires return, reminding him who he was before fear took over. He feels himself being pulled toward purpose. And every time he considers that purpose, your presence appears within it. Not as an attachment, but as a mirror of his highest self. December amplifies synchronicities. Numbers, symbols, messages, all guiding him toward the truth of your connection. He tries to dismiss them, but they grow louder until he pays attention. As his heart opens, so does his spiritual awareness. He begins sensing divine guidance more clearly. At times, he even feels watched over, supported, whispered to by something greater than him. This shift reveals the depth of your impact. He realizes you didn't just enter his life. You awakened something sacred inside him, something he cannot silence anymore. The divine masculine begins seeking alignment. Even without knowing how, he instinctively tries to move toward emotional honesty, stability, and courage, the qualities the connection requires. He becomes more introspective than ever before, reflecting on who he has been, who he is becoming, and who he wishes to be beside you. These reflections are the foundation of his transformation. December's energy pushes him toward action. Even if he hasn't reached out yet, something within him is preparing. The shift is shaping his next steps, guiding him toward a version of himself ready to face the truth. He may not fully understand what is happening, but he feels it. The connection is calling. His soul is awakening. And this time, he cannot run. Thank you for staying with me through this message. If something in these words touched your heart or reflected what you are living in your twin flame journey, please give this video a like so YouTube understands that this content matters. Your support helps this guidance reach more souls who need it. Before you leave, I invite you to confirm that this message reached you clearly and deeply by writing the phrase Twin Flames Infinite Love in the comments. When you do this, you anchor the energy of this reading into your field, and you open the door for even stronger signs and synchronicities to arrive in the next days. And if you feel called to walk this journey with us, join our channel by subscribing and activating the notification bell. Each video is crafted to guide you, uplift you, and keep you aligned with the signs the universe is sending. When you subscribe, you ensure you never miss a message that is meant for your heart at the exact right moment. Remember, the connections in this channel are not random. Many souls here are experiencing the same shifts, the same longing, the same awakening. You are not alone. Returning here often helps you stay grounded, seen, and connected, especially during the intense energy changes happening now. Share this video with someone who may need clarity or comfort today. Sometimes one message is enough to change an entire path. Now take a deep breath with me. Inhale slowly. Hold and release. Let your shoulders soften. Let your heart open. Allow this stillness to wrap around you like a gentle embrace. In this moment of quiet, I ask the universe to bring peace to your heart, clarity to your mind, and divine protection to your path. May your energy align with truth, with love, and with the highest version of your twin flame connection. May everything that was confusing begin to make sense. May everything that was heavy become lighter. And may everything that was distant begin to move closer. You are guided. You are supported. You are seen. And the signs meant for you will not pass you by. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for allowing these messages to touch your soul. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where the universe will surely have even more to reveal. Until then, stay open, stay soft, stay connected. Your journey is far from over. It is only deepening.